Go ahead and get started with questions in the room and then go to Zoom. Go ahead, Jim.
Ben, you got called on early in the game and stepped up and put up some really nice numbers. You had some experience playing late last year, but was it kind of a relief to step into this new situation and succeed right away?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Succeed because we had so much success because of our running back room. Our line. Having Jaden Ott back there, that makes any backup quarterback's life a lot easier being able to handle the ball, and especially Isaiah. They were just running the ball hard, and it was easy. It really was.
You're taking yourself. What did you like best about your game, and what would you like to fix?
There's a lot of plays I wish I could get back. The pick, obviously, but that's first game of the year. Bad things are going to happen. We got to respond, and I think as an offensive, just as a whole, the penalties killed us. And I think we had 8 penalties for 60 yards, and that's going to kill us. But how we responded to that is we went 3 for 3 on 4th down, and that's just like getting a turnover. That's huge. And I think in the red zone we did really well. Just that 2 missed field goals. But we were running the ball hard. It's good.
And we'll go to Zoom. We'll go to Jeff Ferrato on Zoom. Go ahead and speak up, Jeff.
Yeah, Ben, have you ever had to come into a game off the bench for a guy who was injured? And how do you stay ready and just walk in and just start playing so well?
That's just when I sat down with Spav and he told me that he was going to go with Sam. That's just I was like, all right, I respect the decision. I totally understand. Sam's a great player, but I got to get ready at the same time, and I got to prepare as if I'm the starter, and that's what I've done the past 3 years of playing college football, and it was no different this week.
Then we'll go to Steve Croner from the Chronicle.
Yeah, Ben, congrats. Kind of following up on that a little bit. I assume you probably didn't get the number of reps in the last week and a half that you had been getting earlier in camp. So how were you able to stay sharp, both mentally and physically, to play as well as you did?
Yeah, we were trying to get Sam prepared, so he took all the 1 reps this week, and Fernando and I were taking the 2s. And even though you're taking the 2s, you still take the 1 reps in your head, and that's just you play the game mentally. And we prepared well in the film room. There was no surprise when we went out there, and when I expected what I saw, and we just executed well, and it worked out.
Okay, we'll go back to Jeff Ferrato. Go ahead, Jeff.
Ben, we don't know who's going to be available to play next week against Auburn, but just talking to you a couple of times, it seems like it's fair to say you have enough confidence you'd be excited to play against Auburn.
Yeah, obviously I hope Sam is okay, and he's going to bounce back from that. I know he will, but there's nothing I can do. It's just a decision that the coaches need to make, and we'll both be prepared, and that's just all you can do is prepare and be ready and act like you're the starter.
Anybody with a final question for Ben, either in the room or on Zoom? Okay, thanks, Ben. Appreciate you. Okay, everybody, we're here with Isaiah Ifanse, who had 3 touchdowns in today's game. If you have a question for Isaiah, let me know in the chat, but we'll go ahead and get started in the room again with Jim McGill. Go ahead, Jim.
Isaiah, you played a lot of football coming here to Cal. What's it like being able to come in, Pac-12 ball, ESPN, national audience, and be able to put up 3 touchdowns, including that incredible Marshawn Lynch-like get off me touchdown you had?
It's a great feeling. Honestly, I don't know. Going into this week, I was just kind of head down grinding. I didn't know what to expect the first game and how things were going to go, but I just let it play out, and I thought it went extremely well.
And we'll go ahead and go on to Zoom and ask for a question. Go ahead and start with Jeff Ferrato. Go ahead, Jeff.
Isaiah, can you take us through that run? And do you have any idea how many tackles you broke on that 26-yard touchdown?
I have no clue. All I remember is that it was 4th and 2, and I was just trying to get the first down, really. And then fighting for extra yards just led to more and more yards.
It looked like 7 or 8 or 9. Does that sound possible?
Yeah.
All right. Other questions for Isaiah, either on Zoom or in the room? Anybody else? Jim, go ahead, Jim.
Isaiah, can you talk a little bit about the offensive line you ran behind today? It seemed like they opened up some pretty nice holes for you all.
they were playing their tails off. They did an incredible job just managing the box, and like it felt like whatever call we had, we kind of got whatever we want as long as we were making the right reads. But they did an amazing job today.
Do you have any clue how explosive this offense could be coming out of camp? Because you're going against a pretty solid defense, and it seemed like there was a lot of back and forth all camp. Is it kind of a relief to see 58 points on the board the first game?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Like going against our defense, they're amazing, and we saw flashes of that during like spring or not spring, but fall ball and whatnot. But like to put everything together and like play a full game against someone else and putting up 58, that's awesome. Exciting.
Then we go to Steve Kroner on Zoom from the San Francisco Chronicle.
Yeah, Isaiah, congrats on your game. I guess you didn't get to Cal till the summer, correct?
Yeah.
So you hadn't seen Jaden Ott play in person, and I know he didn't play a lot in the live portions of camp. Did you know how good he was? Did today open your eyes, or did you already know how good he was?
Like I already knew how good he was, but like it's different seeing it like in person in your own eyes. Like when he hurdled that guy, I forgot who I was by. I think I was by Jock, but I was like, this dude is real, real special. And like just throughout the game, like it felt like he was just getting whatever he wanted, Like he broke it off the first play of the game, and then he had a few other good runs, but he's just so explosive and like such a good player. I'm happy to be teamed up with him.
Jaden, you were held back a little bit in the fall, and I know you were antsy to get as many carries as possible. It feels good to just be able to rip it loose as soon as you touch the ball today.
Yeah, it was good to finally let loose. I mean, that first one got me energized and feel like I got the whole offense hyped. So it was good to be on the field again and finally do full tackle again.
And it's pretty unusual to see such a strong 1-2 punch in the game with two running backs putting up such big numbers. Is that something that Cal fans might be able to expect from your running back room this year?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think it's unusual, man. We knew what we had when we went out and recruited, when we were lighting the RB room. And we've seen it time and time again with different teams. So, it's just happening again all over. I mean, and it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punts. We got a lot of ballers in the room.
What did you see from your offensive line today?
Man, they just went out there and did their job like they're supposed to, man. You can't ask for much more. They got the game going, like without them, that first run wouldn't have popped off, and neither would any of the other runs popped off.
Hey guys, we'll go over to Zoom and do ask that you keep it to a single question for everybody to start. We'll go ahead and get started with Jeff Ferrato. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Jaden. Coach Spavital talked about a lot left out on the field when you score 58 points. Can you still go look at things and say we can do better?
Oh, most definitely. We definitely hurt ourselves a bunch of times today. We killed a couple of our own drives, with penalties. I had a fumble, and it's just things to watch on film and get better at. We'll definitely we'll have our punishment come Monday practice for that, but we'll get it right. I mean, it's our first game, so yeah, like Coach Spav said, like there's a lot that was left on the table.
Then we'll go to Steve Kroner from the San Francisco Chronicle.
Yeah, Jaden, certainly from being out there a couple times, it seemed as if you and Sam were pretty tight. What did you say to him once he got out of the game, try to keep his spirits up?
Yeah, man, that's my dog, man. We've been grinding ever since he got here. I mean, I hosted him on his visit. And so, he's my roommate. We pretty much do everything together, man. So it sucks to see him go down, but, I know he'll be back. He's dealt with way harder things than that. And I slide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we would ask for those of you on the call to make sure you keep it on mute. There's some background noise. Is there anybody else with a question for Jaden? If you have another one, either in the room or on Zoom, let me know.